and lastly, Maria Cohen.
All right. So, from an end user perspective, there's a couple of things that I would change. I think that we need to have a diverse approach in our language. Everything can be written and spoken in English, particularly when we talk about the 8X that runs in the southernmost part of our district that largely serves a large Chinese and Chinese American community. There is a disconnect there. Also, when we talk about communicating safety precautions, they also need to be communicated in various languages. I propose 3. The simple pulls from the Muni rail need to be lower to accommodate shorter people. When we talk about Muni, we need to also be mindful about the large, we have a majority of women in this district, particularly single mothers, and you should see them struggling to get on the bus with strollers. I think we need to do better accommodation. We need to have better accommodation for mothers that come on the bus with young children. That's just on the user end. Now, on an infrastructure level, Muni is currently, the city charter contains provisions that set Muni wages and benefits for Muni operators. This must be reformed. We need to work on this from the inside out. Now, it would be wonderful if we could totally just fire Muni and fire from Nat Ford on down and get some quality management in there. People that are able to be thoughtful in how we manage. We need to take apart the culture that exists where not showing up for work is not okay. Please, come on. Muni needs to work, and I've got a lot of ideas about this one.
Thank you. So, by the way, I just saw Edward Haddad, Executive Director of the Potrero Neighborhood House, and some of the board of directors of the NAID walk in. I want to thank you very, very much for hosting us tonight. We've got a few more questions, so don't go anywhere, but I also want to just take this moment to really thank all the candidates for District 10 Supervisor who are sticking their neck out, who are just in this whole discussion really helping to improve our neighborhood, and special thanks to the 7 candidates who have been here tonight. It can only be a great thing for our community. Our next question is a wonderfully well-written question, so I have to ask it, and it's a very, very good question that's come from the audience. Given the fact, underlined twice, that our schools in Bayview aren't performing anywhere near their counterparts over in the Sunset or Marina neighborhoods, what do you, as District 10 Supervisor, feel you can do to address the fact that this educational discrepancy exists? How can you help our kids in Bayview have the same opportunities? And we're going to ask this, we're going to give this a 90-second, and we're going to ask this in this 7362145. Stephen Weber. How can you help kids in the Bayview have the same opportunities as kids in other parts of the city?
I think as a board of supervisor, you begin to come up with the dollars, which in this case, we have the golden opportunity because they can come out of the Lennar improvements and the tax base that's there. You earmark those funds from that tax base and from the developer for specific education within the community so that those dollars go there, and then you work with the Board of Education, who are the experts, or so-called experts, in what we hope they are, in developing the programs that are needed for the school. You talk to the teachers, to the people that are in the front lines, and most importantly, you talk to the parents of the children as to what they actually see are their real needs for their children. And you work, like I say, with the Board of Supervisors and with the projects to be able to come up with the dollars and earmark them specifically for those, for education. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen. Malia?
Keith, one more time.
How can you help kids in the Bayview have the same opportunities as children in other areas in their schooling?
Okay, so in our district, we actually have 22 schools. right here. And I'm going to speak to not just the schools that are in the baby, but all the schools in the entire district, because they all need help. Now, the Board of Supervisors and the San Francisco Board of Education recently formed an ad hoc joint committee to address this particular need. And as the next member of the Board of Supervisors, I will continue to support that effort, talking about understanding where the gaps are in our education policy, but also, as a member of the Board of Supervisors, you have the ability to, we have the general fund. And oftentimes when the San Francisco Unified School District is short on funds, it's the general fund that is often used to supplement where the loss is. We need to come together. Parents need to be bringing their time and their attention. Let's use Star King as an example. They have built up a fantastic preschool program using parental involvement, using resources from the school district, and also leveraging their member on the Board of Supervisors. And I think that's a perfect example that could be modeled throughout the school district, throughout District 10. Thank you.
Thank you. And my apologies for going slightly out of order there. I misread the numbers here. So our next responder will be Steve Moss. Steve, do you need the question asked again?
No, I'm good. I'm a father of a 9-year-old. This is a very important issue to me. In fact, I'm going to make this my most important issue if I'm elected supervisor, which is ironic because, as we know, the supervisors don't have that much to do with the school. The school district does in a direct fashion. But in an indirect way, the city does an awful lot for our kids, and we're not doing it all that well. So I'll just give you a quick example. The city spends somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000 for after-school programs for every needy kid in San Francisco, $2,000 or $3,000 a year. We actually have enough money to take care of our children in after-school programs. We probably have enough money for summer school and other things that our kids need, but we're not spending it correctly. We don't even know when a kid goes to an after-school program whether or not they're getting the help they need in, for example, math, or whether they're being directed to a hula hoop class. We don't know when they go to an after-school program or a summer program, whether they walked in, signed something, and then walked over in the corner and started playing Nintendo, or whether they actually engaged in a productive activity that's going to help them grow. We do not know. We are spending a lot of money on our children in the city, and frankly, we're spending a lot of money in District 10. But we don't know how well we're spending it, and we're clearly not spending it well enough. So one of the first things I'd like to do, if I'm elected supervisor, is to find out where that money is going and make sure that it's directed in the way that's going to be most productive. Because if the money is not going to the kids, if it's not serving the kids, if it's going to the intermediate, if it's going to the nonprofit, then we're stealing from our kids. And we need to stop that. We need to take care of our kids. Thank you.
Lisa Joshua.
Thank you very much. One thing is, if you spend 10 years getting a developer with no money, according to Kofi Bonner, and then you say that's what is going to fund schools for the next so many years while you're neglecting them, that's going to be a big problem. You have to be involved with the schools in the community. Somebody made a point, you have to show up. You know, sometimes little things, not the big money, but involvement, regular engagement. When you talk to principals, children, teachers, they will tell you what they need right then and right now so that you can make some turnaround. As a supervisor, you have to have the political will and the political give a damn. You have to be willing to sit there and advocate for what the schools need and not development. Because as you're advocating for development, now your schools are failing. Right now they're keeping George Washington Carver open. So there needs to be advocacy to keep at least 1 or 2 other ones open, and then you blend the schools right in the community. You do not send children from Bayview Hunters Point to Sunnydale. Now that is a crying, lying shame. If you think that that is the right solution, that means you don't know anything about Bayview, you've never been to Bayview, and you need to come over there and you need to talk to a couple of parents, because that is not the answer. I do not believe that these schools are failing. I believe that that is an excellent setup for redevelopment. So as a supervisor, this is the conversation that I would be having, is that you need the advocacy to actually turn around the mind.
Thank you.